Students, how are you? I hope you all are fit and fine. So dear students, let us continue with writing skills. As of now, in writing skills, we have discussed letter writing and poster making. Today, we are going to discuss speech and debate writing. So already uh, letter writing, poster making and speech and debate writing we have finished. So as we are revising once again, so in this series of revision we are going to revise speech and debate writing. Okay dear students, so I hope you all are ready to begin now. So while watching this video, you must have pen and paper so that you can note down what we are going to discuss in this video. So let us begin. So let us begin with format of speech or debate writing. So this year CBSE has made some changes in marking scheme. So this year speech or debate writing is going to be of 5 marks. For format you will get 1 mark, for content 2 marks and for expression you will get 2 marks. Rules of effective writing. So what are the rules of effective writing? What are the general rules? What are the basic rules? First one, getting to the point. Whatever you have to write in your under your writing skills, as you know that in 11th class you are going to write formal letters. This writing part is going to be formal. So you can use the language which must be to the point only. Don't move around the bush. Whatever you want to say, it should be specific and very clear. Okay? So it should be to the point. It should be, to the point means being concise, paraphrasing, use of lists, framing effective questions. Next is use of non-discriminatory language. Third one, punctuation, grammar and spelling, tone. Fourth one is tone, choosing the right tone. Your speech, while starting or when you start write a speech, when you are starting to write a speech, what are the points which you must keep remember? Try to start with a slogan to make your speech eye-catchy, to make it attractive. You should start it with a slogan, quote or a catchy phrase in the beginning and then address the audience, or directly start by addressing the audience. A warm good morning to the principal, teachers and all my dear friends. If you are going to deliver a speech in morning assembly, then you should say a warm good morning to the principal, teachers and all my dear friends. I feel privileged to get an opportunity to express my views on, then you should say the topic. Or you may also start with these lines. If it is not morning assembly of your school, then you may start, ladies and gentlemen, I feel privileged to get an opportunity to express my views on, then your topic. Now, development of the topic. Describing and explaining the topic to your audience. Dear students, when you start delivering any speech, first of all you should address the audience, then you should give introduction to your topic. After that, you will start describing the explaining the topic to your audience. This is the further development of the topic. Try to use some facts and figures, and always use approx when you write any figure. If you are giving any data, if you are giving any figure, so you should always use approx. Now let us discuss what we should write paragraph wise. In the first paragraph, you will have to address the audience plus give introduction about the topic. In the first paragraph, you will have to address the audience and give introduction of your topic. Now, how you can give the introduction and what are the things can be may be included in your introduction. First of all, you should greet the audience. You can greet your audience in the following ways. For example, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to boys and girls. Good morning, our principal, teachers and fellow students. It is for an official school function. Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, it is you can use it at an official function or society meeting or distinguished guest. So dear students, these are the some phrases which you can use in the beginning of your speech. It depends where you are delivering your speech. If it is delivered in school, you should say good morning, respected principal, teachers and my fellow students. But if it is delivered in the society, then you may say good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen. So dear students, place to place, purpose to purpose, person to person, it may vary. Now, introduce yourself to the audience. After addressing the audio, the next part comes here for introduction. So introduce yourself to the candidate, not candidates, audience. In your introduction, you should tell your name, position held, department attached to. For example, I am a teacher from Army Public School, Varanasi. Okay, dear students? Now, introduce topic. After that, you should introduce your topic. You can say, I am here to present a talk on the topic body fitness. So whatever the topic, first of all, dear students, let me revise once again. First of all, you should address the audience, then give your introduction in short, then introduce your topic. Then dear students, you should tell the audience what is the purpose of speech. The purpose of my talk today is to make you realize the importance looking after your food intake and how much health can be maintained through exercising. So this is for example, here some lines, some phrases have been given to help you. So dear students, first of all, as we have discussed, you should address the audience, then give your introduction, then introduce your topic, then you need to explain your topic in detail, okay, in further development of your speech. You should tell the audience what is the purpose of your speech which you are going to deliver. Now, in para 2, explain in detail about your topic. Explain its effect in our life, either good or bad. How things have changed as compared to the past. So dear students, in further development in the coming paragraphs, you have to explain your topic in detail. You must tell what you are going to discuss, what you are going to convey, how it is beneficial for the audience, how it is related to the present, whether it is good or bad, and how the things have changed as compared to the past. Now, paragraph 2, 3, 4, 5, body of the speech. Main points and their elaboration should be there, facts, figures, examples, etc. Elaborate one point in one paragraph or combine a few relevant points and elaborate in one paragraph. You had better, dear students, to elaborate one point in one paragraph or combine a few relevant points and elaborate in one paragraph. Now, paragraph 6, which is conclusion. The speakers hope, thank the audience, thank you very much. For example, you may say, thank you very much for your kind attention. Okay? Thank you very much for staying with us. There are various ways by which you can end your speech. You can also end your speech with any quotation of any famous phrase. Okay. Now, let us discuss, dear students, debate writing. Select one either to speak in favor of the topic or against the topic and mention it while addressing the audience. Dear students, in the beginning of the debate, when you are addressing yourself, after addressing the audience, after introduction, you should inform the audience whether you are going to either you are going to speak in favor of the topic or against the topic and mention it while addressing the audience. You must mention, I am here to speak on this topic, in favor of this topic or in against of this topic. Okay. Or I am here, I am going to oppose the motion, or I am going to favor the motion. Yes, dear student, this part is very important here. We are going to discuss pre-writing. It is not only important for speech or debate writing, it is also important for other chapters in writing skills, whether it is letter writing, poster making, notice writing, whatever it is. This part is important for each and everything. Pre-writing. Pre-writing is very important. So what is pre-writing? It should be group brainstorming, group research on a writing topic, questioning journalist questions, discussion and debate, cubing, describe it, compare it, associate it, analyze it, apply it, argue for or against it. So these are the pre-writing skills which you need to know while writing anything. Okay, you should research the topic, you should work on the topic, you should note down some important points which you are going to discuss while developing the topic. So these things are very important and which you must remember. Dear students, I will also share this PowerPoint presentation in your group, WhatsApp group. You can also here pause the video and take the screenshots for the same. Pre-writing. Begin with a thought, web or word list and brainstorm ideas. Decide on a purpose, audience, format and tone. Writing. Write out the details with concern for the ideas. You will make improvements later. Revise. Revise your first draft with a partner, paying attention to the vocabulary, content and organization. The details that you need to change, move, add or remove. Rewrite. Rewrite your draft including the changes identified in the revision stage. Proofread. Proofread your second draft, correct conventions, spelling, grammar, punctuation and mechanical errors. Publish. Share, publish the completed story. So this is all which we must follow while writing a debate or speech. So summarizing the process approach, writing the process approach, brainstorming, divide the students into groups. So it is for, especially it is for teachers as well as the students. Divide the students in groups of 3 or 4 and ask them to jot down as many as ideas. It is for you students which a teacher may tell you to do, may ask you to do. They can about the given topics, ask them to arrange the ideas in a sequence. Outline, ask questions again in groups to create an outline of their writing. Which ideas will go first, how will they be supposed by, evidence, will there be a picture, etc. Drafting, ask students. So here I'm asking to you, okay, what you should do. So you should draft the first piece here. Here the focus on the content, not the form. Revising, you should revise to share first draft with other groups and then depending on the feedback that they get, that you get, revise your draft. Proofreading, so proofread and draft the with the help of the teachers. You can show it to the teachers. Here the focus on the form and not the content. Final draft, now write the final draft now. So dear students, if in this way, the way which have been discussed, the ways which have been discussed in this video, if you practice writing speech and debate, then you can enhance your writing skills, okay, and you won't make mistakes regarding grammar, spelling, punctuation, etc. if you will practice by following the steps describing in this video. Now dear students, we are going to go through some solved speeches and debates to understand it in a better way. Writing a speech is a very similar to writing an essay, a report, a letter, or any type of writing. But the difference is that your words are being heard, not read. So the audience is a listener, not a reader. So you only have one chance to get your message across. So that is why, dear students, these are some very important points which we must remember. We have discussed a lot of points already. So let us go through some more important points which are very important. Then we will go through some solved questions. Point to remember. What are the points which we must remember? Give the title at the top. Begin with good morning to all of you. Today I am here to express my views on the topic. Already a lot of discussions have done. Third one, the present tense is usually used when you write out a speech. Define the topic, give its causes, effects, the present state of remedial measures. Next one, clarity, organization and systematic presentation of ideas are very important. As students, we have discussed all these points just now, but as it is very important, so that is why we are going to go through a summary once again, okay, what we have discussed. So these points are very important which you must keep remember. Should be a coherent piece clearly stating particular point of view. Divide the speech in 3 to 4 paragraphs. As it is of 5 marks, so you need not write 5 to 6 paragraphs now. Divide your speech into 3 to 4 paragraphs. Conclude by giving suggestions for improvement, hope for the better future, and time limit is very important. Time yourself. Always make a rough draft, which we have just discussed. Begin with honorable chairperson, judges, if you are going to deliver a debate, if you are going to take part in debate, in that condition you should begin with honorable judges, teachers and my dear friends. I stand before you to express my views for the motion or against the motion if it is a debate. So this line for a, let me write here, for a debate. Okay, dear students. Total agreement or disagreement with the topic should be expressed forcefully and clearly. You can use polite sarcasm and humor, but no indecorous language should be used. Yes, this point is very important, dear students. You must keep it. Remember, your language should be formal and acceptable, should be logical. Use argumentative style and logical reasoning. Your style should be argumentative with the logical reasoning. Back up arguments with relevant information. At the end, write thank you at extreme end on the left. Use powerful expressions like I would like to argue, in my opinion, I fail to understand, may I ask, I disagree, etc. Refer to your opponent's view or views. Okay, dear students, what are the layout of a speech? Formal address to the audience, catchy introduction, per speech note to draw attention of audience, announcement of the topic and establishment of context, development of the topic, impact on people, environment, country, etc. Conclusion, formal thanks to the audience. Now, let us go through a solved example. Question 1. The sports in charge of your school has asked you to deliver a speech on the value of games and sports in life in the morning assembly. Draft a speech in about 200 words. So, dear students, one thing is missing here. If it comes for writing, you must write the topic in the beginning. So, there should be topic in the beginning here. Okay, must give a title to your speech. Okay, dear students. Then first paragraph, which is introductory paragraph, in which you are going to give introduction. Respected principal, worthy teachers, and my dear friends, today I am going to express my views on the values of games and sports in our life. Sports is a natural instinct in man. It is the most ancient and most natural means of recreation and fitness for him. Besides being the best means of health and fitness, it is the surest way to kill boredom and stress in modern day life. Games and sports help people build their physical stamina and mental ability and raise their level of endurance. Sports persons usually live healthier and longer lives as compared to someone who practices no sports or takes little exercise. Since games and sports promote healthy competition, they instill in one the spirit of excellence, goal setting, and target achievement. In turn, it boosts one's confidence and boosts one's confidence and teaches one to accept victory and defeat as they come. A lot of pride and patriotism is associated with games and sports in the international sports competitions, which bring people of different nationalities and races closer and thus foster greater international tolerance, understanding, interaction, and appreciation. Sports persons live for honor for themselves and their countries and learn to recognize and appreciate talent in others. Many sports persons have iconic status and earn millions of dollars in sporting fee and endorsement contracts. They are role models for millions for youth worldwide who treat their favorite sports persons as their heroes and even semi-gods. People admire sports persons for more than political leaders, scientists, or even actors. Now, friends, which sports are you going to do from today onwards? Wishing you excellence in your desired sports. Thank you. So, dear students, we have just gone through a solved example, a sample speech. Now, here on your screen, you can see questions for practice which you must practice. So, there are 5 questions for practice which you must go through and practice seriously. So, thank you students for watching this video. See you tomorrow.